Good evening. It's your buddy Ryan here, just listening to a little bit of radio on my Tecsun PL-880. And as I had previously mentioned, I have decided to do a video on listening to a little bit of AM on it. A lot of people don't know this who are not high-level ham radio technicians such as myself. But at night you can get AM stations from really, really far away. And sometimes it's so easy to do that multiple stations will come in over each other. So I will actually use this wave loop antenna. This is a also Tecsun brand, but it's tunable. You can see it's got a dial here, and you can, do this as antenna output and plug it into your radio. But because of the way AM antennas work, there is a, like a ferrite loop antenna or a ferrite antenna inside your radio that can magnetically pair with this wave loop antenna here. There's a lot more intelligent radio guys who could get into the details with you, but for your everyday Joe like myself, take antenna, put next to radio, works fine. They sort of magnetically pair with each other. Kind of a fun thing here before we kick in there is, a lot of times modern AM radios won't really need that sort of wave antenna to perform well. But for older stuff, like this LCD game I have, the Pop Game Voyager with AM radio built in, you have a little video game and a very tiny AM radio that runs on watch batteries with a terrible little antenna in it. And it has one earphone in mono that comes out of it with literally one earbud attached to it. But when you pair it with this guy, suddenly, wow, you have a pretty amazing, antenna much larger than the radio itself. And they pair together perfectly, and it makes it a very fine AM radio. So, if you have an older radio you want to use that doesn't work so good, these are pretty inexpensive and will really soup the old thing up. But I like to use it to sort of filter out some of the noise when I'm listening to AM long distances. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so we are going to go all the way to the bottom. Okay. And let's just listen. We'll bring the loop out if we need it. And one thing with AM, the way that it works, you can turn it and change what reception you get a lot of the time.
It is that they know, but there still should be repercussions for them not telling us on Coast to Coast AM. This is Ian Funny.
So 590, I want to say, is in Utah. I'm in California, so that's pretty good.
That's wrong. I'm not saying that's what should.
For every boy, there's a girl.
ESPN 700. Bill Riley, Spence Checkett, ESPN Radio, and Dan Patrick. The biggest and best names in local
I'm just
and national radio.
trying to listen to see
Monday through Friday,
where they're broadcasting from.
All the way through your drive home. Plus the biggest games and events from Utah football.
Utah. I'm in California. I was a Utah broadcast.
In this case, the Fremont straight off ramp.
We're just going to enjoy the glow of the radio.
Amazon and other brands. 337. While receiving encouragement and use and talk of Nevada.
Nevada.
Ford country. And this
See what I'm saying? Long distances. I'm in Tehachapi, California. Nevada's, a good 4-hour drive away. We can get stuff from further, I bet, though.
You can even go for an upgrade. It looks like Mr. Cutoff Man needs a new seat cover. Try eBay Motors, pal. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
It's one of the Tappert brothers.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and
Let's keep moving.
25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank.
Intel's annual membership is only
Okay.
$40 and pays for itself right away.
Little background. I'm from Colorado originally. This is my Colorado station. Comes in more clearly than the Bakersfield station. It's 850 KOA out of Denver.
Dining.com.
On the Exorcist Files podcast.
Cool, huh?
Exorcist and demonologist share stories.
850 KOA.
Cases of possession.
So that's Denver, Colorado. I'm in Tehachapi, California. That's AM. That's not shortwave or, And it sounds really good and clear.
Spitting at the priest. All of that has not been a movie for me. I have seen
Take the filter off a little bit.
Exorcist Files on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
Very.
This is KOA.
Denver,
850 AM.
94.1 FM. News, talk, sports.
Very cool. Yeah, so let's keep moving. But that's a favorite station of mine. I would listen to that in the car growing up, listen to Coast to Coast AM on that. So I still listen to Coast on 850 KOA now because at night I get great reception here. I live outside the city in an already pretty rural area. Very cool. Utah.
Significant, but so are their own. Former President Jimmy receiving end of.
So I'm just trying to find stuff saying where it is, just to kind of show you. But I mean, easily you can see. I mean, I'm getting Denver from California. I've also gotten the Grand Ole Opry out of Tennessee. That's pretty good from where I'm sitting. Long distance AM listening is kind of fun. I've heard people talking on here before, like talking to each other, making jokes about, hopefully the FCC won't find us, and that was pretty fun. I wonder how they do that. I wouldn't do that.
America's listening to Fox News.
Ooh, where is this from?
From the Fox News Podcast Network. The Fox News Rundown. The contrast and perspectives you won't hear anywhere else.
Where is it coming
Daily
from?
dose of news twice a day, going far beyond the headline, tapping into the massive reporting resources of Fox News to provide a full picture
Let's
of
see
the
here.
news of the day.
I'm Dana Perino.
I'm Brett Baer.
I'm Maria Bartiromo.
I'm Brian Kilmeade, and this is the Fox News Rundown.
Subscribe and listen now by going to foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts. From the Fox News Podcast Network.
Hey, it's Will Kane, co-host.
They're not going to identify themselves, I guess.
Thoughts on a wide range of topics from sports and pop culture to politics and business. With the help
Let's see if we can clean it up with the loop, huh?
I will provide you my free, unfiltered, uncancelable opinion on the hottest topics
Huh?
in America.
The Will Kane
Check that out.
Podcast. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hear it change?
America is listening to Fox.
Well, the Munich Security Conference continues, where Vice President Kamala Harris called on the Russian government for the ongoing invasion of Ukraine.
Look at that.
This announcement.
The United States has formally determined
Clean it up.
that Russia has
That's why I have this thing.
crimes against humanity.
Let's see, I'm going to adjust it while you look at that number there on the left. Let's see what that does. Ooh, look, I can really screw up
counterpart in the first meeting.
See, it's responding to me turning the knob. So we can look at that number as I'm turning it. And let's see.
The airspace intrusion absurd and historical. The State Department said during their meeting, the Secretary called the
Oh, we're going to hit it.
responsible in violation of U.S. sovereignty, which must not.
Right, so we take it away, down to 26. Put it back, up to 48. That's pretty cool. Science, huh? It's bask in the glow of the radio. A little filter on it.
Teléfono 622-0420.
The batteries that cost you pounds in the end.
So, all right. So I believe this is like a radio Punjab. Let's see if we can pick it up a little clearer. Check that out. Clean it right up with this guy. Look at this though, totally changes what comes in when you change the orientation. Then we'll go. Crazy, right? And we can change this a little bit too. There we go. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to sit back and listen to some Radio Punjab on my own. I hope you have a lovely evening.